Shut up and sit down.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Rebel Trading Group Podcast, episode 33. Today's date is August 8th, 2018. It is Wednesday, my dudes. What is up? With me, as always, is the gluten-free Jason Bessing. Let's hear it.
The gluten-free Jason Bessing. What is going on? Nathan, how are you doing today, bud?
Great. I'm in a great mood.
You're in a great mood.
Yeah, the best
You're in
mood.
a great mood. Why are you in such a great mood right now?
I'm in a great mood because I'm ready to have a great day tomorrow because today was such a bad day, but I'm looking forward.
That's good. That's what we got to do. We got to look forward. We don't look in the past because the past already happened. What we do as investors is we got to move forward.
It's done.
What is the future holding for us?
I don't care, dude. I just need I need up.
We just need upward movement. Well, we had a little bit of that today. The Dow Jones finishing down 40 points, NASDAQ up 8, S&P up. I'm not even going to call that a tenth of a point.
0.07%.
So kind of sideways across the board. A little bit. Well, that's not even movement really.
Hit me with it.
The Bitcoin is our struggler right now.
Poor girl.
Crypto's having a massive sell-off, and we're going to talk about that. But Bitcoin currently sitting at 6,324. That's so painful.
I got CoinMarketCap bringing it in at 6,352. I think that's Binance. I don't know what the first exchange is.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking just a couple bucks in all reality. But exchanges show different numbers, whatever. Yeah, that's the numbers. Sideways movement. Why don't you tell us what is going on in the market news?
I don't really got much. I think I read something that China is retaliating with, I think, some $16 billion in tariffs coming back.
That's it?
Clapback? I don't remember.
I feel like $16 billion is such a small drop in the bucket as far as the trillions that are exchanged on the daily.
I think I saw that article somewhere. I don't know. Look it up, people. We got...
I don't know. Just look it up. I'm just telling you.
We got Elon Musk tweeting out that he might go private at 420 get lit.
Yeah.
Smoking a joint at $420. He says he's got a funding from a Saudi Arabia company of like $2.something billion. I don't know.
Oh, shit. Oh, an oil tycoon is going to buy it and just shut it all down?
Yeah, I hope so.
Wow. Would you be surprised?
I wouldn't be surprised if they started coming out with like gas Teslas. If that happens.
Just it is half gas, half electric.
Like a Prius.
We each win.
It's like a Tesla Prius.
They're like, hey, we've been doing this since 2007. Do you remember when the Prius was like the new thing? It was like, oh, hybrids, what?
Yeah. So there's that. I don't know if the GDP numbers, I said that. We got up 4% on the quarter.
Real quick, about the Tesla thing. Yeah, did you actually hear? I didn't even see this because obviously I don't really watch Tesla, but the SEC halted trading temporarily because they're talking about putting fines on Musk as far as price manipulation.
My dad told me about that.
Yes, they stopped trading. I think it was for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You're a CEO of a company. You can't just tweet that shit. Like, oh man.
What if you? So, like, I mean, like.
But he doesn't care.
That's bad.
He's not a CEO. He's an engineer. He's he's not really a businessman, so he doesn't really give a shit. He doesn't want to play by their rules.
God, I hope that stock just tanks. I just want to buy a put and just watch it tank.
I can't afford a put. I'm not about to mortgage my mother's house.
It's so expensive.
Dude, we have these Florida thunderstorms rolling in, baby.
I don't think we got any storms. You're getting all the storms from Panama City.
Bro, oh man. Dude, what's really nasty is there's just these nasty lightning storms, like just so loud, just rattle the house. You just get scared to even leave.
Yeah. So that's it. That's really market news. Nothing really. I don't see much else. If you have any other news you'd like to see on the show, let us know. email us at rebeltradinggroup@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, Facebook / Rebel Trading Group. SoundCloud, check us out there. And on YouTube, youtube.com / Rebel Trading Group. Just check us out. Give us a like and subscribe. Hit that bell, people. Hit that bell. Ring that bell.
Ring it.
You know what that bell does?
What?
That puts our videos up top on YouTube. So you see those videos with the rest of your videos. So whenever we post a new video, it lets you know as well.
Oh, wow. So that's a little notification. And wow. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so hit it.
I'm going to be honest. I don't really have a terminology word prepared today. I was wondering if maybe you would like to be the guest today. And maybe you have a word.
Okay, I can think of something. Can you give me... I can't think of something off the bat. I can't do it.
You can't. It's kind of tough. But I mean, there's so many out there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit you with one.
Okay.
What is a commodity? Can you explain to us what?
I was thinking about saying Forex. I was just thinking about saying just Forex in general. But
we could do that one next time.
Okay.
But yeah, can you really briefly describe what a commodity is?
I can
more so not in broad terms, but more so like in the trading market. Like when we come across commodities, taxes, stuff like that. Like what are they really talking about?
They're talking about the future prices of commodities when they're talking about trading them. And you can trade. They trade in futures contracts. I believe they trade just like options contracts. Correct?
More or less. There's some similarities, some differences. But what are commodities themselves, though?
What do you mean?
Like what is a commodity? Give me some examples of like what is actually being traded.
You got different commodities. They're mostly like kind of like staples. One of the highest like producing like products.
That's a good way of putting it.
And so you've got stuff like coffee. You've got like frozen orange juice, wheat, pork bellies,
soybeans.
And then you got like gold and silver, platinum.
Gold and silver.
Platinum's traded as well.
Some precious metals in there. We also have steel, aluminum, iron, and copper. Those are industrial metals. So
yeah, and so you're trading on the future price of things. That's what you're trading.
And there's a whole concept behind that. And the best way to explain these commodities and these future prices, to put it really simply, let's say you're down in Argentina. I can't do an Argentinian accent.
That sounds Italian.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're pretty European people, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that. Let's just say you're growing. Let's say you're Colombian and you're growing some nice coffee beans. And I'm a coffee roaster and distributor. I don't know, Folgers Coffee, something like that. And right now I'm buying coffee from you for $10 a pound. And I like that price. I get good margins on that price. I'm able to turn what I need to turn over for a profit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter into a contract with you to say, hey, for the next 10 years, I want to purchase coffee from you at $10 a pound, regardless of what happens to the market. And this protects both the farmer to guarantee that he's getting a set amount, and this also guarantees the business who wants to purchase it. Another good example would be like Hershey's has to buy tons of cocoa for their factories to make candy. So cocoa is also one of the commodities traded. So let's say now we're buying coffee at $10 a pound, right? Now let's just say that there is some horrible earthquake in South America, and God forbid, like farms are destroyed, and there's going to be months upon months of restructuring, rebuilding, and that's going to hurt their coffee industry. So the value of coffee is now going to rise because the supply is gone. There's less people making it. So now you're buying coffee for $10 a pound because you're still guaranteed by contract, but coffee is now selling for $25 a pound. So you can buy and sell those contracts based upon buyers and sellers and supply and demand. That's basically the simplest way to put it, and that's how commodities trading works. And then you get scumbags like us that just can go in there and we'll just trade coffee and we won't actually do physical delivery. We'll just exchange everything. And I'm not about that. I'm not about that.
You're not about trading futures prices on commodities? I would love to do it.
I mean, you have to really understand that economy.
So you remember one time you told me someone tried to monetize the weather?
Yeah, Enron.
The CBOE or the CME, I forget which one. You can trade contracts on weather, on how people are turning up their ACs, and like you can predict what the average is in certain areas.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that insane?
How is that traded?
Like, I don't know, man. That's ridiculous. There's a scheduled list of fees though. I looked at the PDF and I was like, this is insane. This is insanity. I can only imagine it doesn't have like super high volume, so it's like super hard to get in and out. Because who the fuck trades that?
I have no idea, dude.
Exactly, yeah. Nobody's fucking trading weather.
Meteorologists? I don't know. Someone's making millions off of it. There's a demand for it to be traded. Speaking of which, first of all, let's go ahead and wrap up this segment. That was Commodities explained, more or less, and how it all works. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, insults, or corrections, you can email me or Nathan at Gmail. That's going to be rebeltradinggroup@gmail.com, Rebel Trading Group with 2 G's, at gmail.com. Jeez. Real quick, going back to the whole commodities needing to be, there's a market news piece that we forgot to mention. Is that the Intercontinental Exchange, the company that owns the New York Stock Exchange and a couple other smaller exchanges throughout the North America, purchased a company called Bakkt, BAKKT, which is a startup company supported by Microsoft that is a Bitcoin exchange. And their goal is to trade Bitcoin futures on the New York Stock Exchange through this company with the support of Microsoft. And they're launching this thing in November. But what's revolutionary about this one is that instead of having cash-to-cash delivery based on the contract prices, it will require physical delivery, which will require actually buying and selling of Bitcoin, which can give us the price movements that we've been wanting.
That's awesome, actually. At the end of expiration, that's great. Can I sell out of a contract still?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, if I could still trade the price of Bitcoin, that'd be freaking great.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But now you're going to do the shit out of it.
Now, I did learn today also, I actually researched a couple of exchanges, and there's one out there, I forgot the actual name of it, that actually trades options on Bitcoins, but none of it's regulated. So I wouldn't be interested in it, but I thought that was interesting because they reported record numbers of option trades. I thought that was interesting.
Bakkt. Keep an eye out for it.
Wanted to put that out there. That's the Intercontinental Exchange. I'll put the ticker symbol right there in the fucking notes because you can buy. Did you know you can trade the New York Stock Exchange?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's weird.
How do they make? I guess I just asked how they make money.
I mean,
they charge commissions.
Oh, hella. So, and that, I just wanted to kind of go about that. And I did the solo episode last week about shorting.
Yeah.
And there was a whole point that I forgot to make, and it was bugging me, and I kind of want to go back and sneak it in there. So if you haven't listened to it, definitely go back. The Art of the Short Sell. I kind of talk about shorting, betting against the market, how to make money in a down market. We also have our great episode, fantastic episode. I think it was like our third or fourth one, playing the downside.
Playing the downside, yeah.
That was a good episode. So check those out if you haven't. But if you have, there was a point I forgot to make. When you're shorting an actual stock or an ETF and it pays a dividend, you are required to pay the dividend while you're shorting it because you're borrowing those shares. And that person still technically has ownership of those shares, just not in their control, and they're entitled to those dividend payments. That's one of the reasons why short selling is not of interest to me, and I prefer to play through put options or inverses. So I completely forgot to mention that. Definitely that's a thing to watch out for, especially if something pays like a 5 or 6% dividend, like AT&T or something like that. And that could just turn ugly if you just hold it and hold it and hold it.
Dude, I'm excited about this crypto exchange.
I'm excited too. It keeps me bullish.
Do you think it's going to be available for US?
Oh, absolutely.
It says
they're trying to get this through the.
Currently, wait, you can buy futures through E-Trade?
Yeah, if you have Bitcoin, if you have futures enabled on your account, yeah.
Do you?
I don't. I don't have the capital requirements.
Oh shit! What's the capital requirement for E-Trade?
10G.
10 grand to trade futures.
Yeah.
What the shit, man? That's so expensive.
But dude, then you can trade options on futures.
Wow.
And that's just disgusting money. That's like trading they call it the E-mini. The E-mini SPY and the E-mini NASDAQ.
Yeah.
Those are options on futures.
It made me chill a little bit. I want to get into that. What's the capital requirement for that?
As long as you got an account, you're good. As long as you got futures trading enabled.
So 10K.
Is that your next step?
Yeah. I'm going.
Does that work? I'm about it. So, I don't really have a talking point today.
Let's talk about Fox.
Just on. Let's talk about Fox. Did we hit the numbers?
I don't know yet. I know I'm looking at stock twits. Not a lot's coming through. It's down after hours. 1 cent, not much. I need something.
Maybe they just haven't released yet.
I need something. I want to be in this like earnings call right now, and I want to hear something about like, yes, this Disney deal is going through. We're making big fucking bucks, and so is Disney, and Disney's gonna fucking skyrocket.
You just want them both to pop each other up.
Yeah, I had 4 calls into Disney. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you were deep in the shit yesterday.
Yeah, I was deep in the shit today.
Deep in the shit today, but you were going balls to the wall yesterday.
Yeah.
I like it. So why specifically those? You just do you just like do you like those as long-term movements, or are these just short-term things for you?
What?
Both Fox and Disney.
I like what they're doing. I like how they're going after Netflix.
Definitely. I wondered if that was mentioned during that meeting when they were talking about buying Fox. They're like, look, let us have your shit, okay? Because these fuckers are going to take us out. So give it to us. We're going to give you a good chunk of change. We're going to keep you alive, and we're going to keep us alive. Like kind of like some side sketchy mafia deal. And they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're all going to get rich, and we're going to keep these assholes out of Hollywood. Let's do it. That was Rupert Murdoch. He said that. Let's do it. Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch. He's in jail, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Wait, who's the guy in jail on my team who's got like a really...
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff. That's the guy.
The Burns.
In prison.
The Burns. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have a topic, but I did have some questions.
What did you trade this week?
What did I trade this week? Well, I mean, given that it's only Wednesday, this actually kind of brings me to my next talking point. I bought into some gold.
Oh, you bought actual physical gold.
I didn't know. I purchased a gold miners ETF. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I purchased GDX. No, I purchased GDX because the gold miners. Okay, so GDX is an ETF, a fund of gold mining companies. They also mine silver and other precious metals, but these are the big ones of the S&P 500, and we like them because they actually hold gold reserves themselves. And if the price of gold goes up, then that means that their margins are just going to boom. Because it's not going to cost them more to mine the gold.
I didn't know that they actually held reserves.
Yeah, they hold the small reserves. That way they can trade globally.
Of course. God, that's exciting.
Another thing, like I said...
Oh, they're in. They are in. Hold on, are they in?
Going back to...
No, the earnings call just started. Should we listen live?
You gotta do all that sign up shit.
We don't have time for that. We ain't got time for that.
But like I said, their margins will increase because it's not. If the price of gold goes up, it's not going to cost them more to mine the gold because of that. So it only means that their profit margins are going up. if you sell sandwiches and they're selling at $5, and now people are willing to pay $20 for them, you're still making the same thing. You're just getting a hell of a lot more money. So that's kind of one of the reasons I like it. And it acts almost perfectly with the price of gold, which has been down a lot in the past few weeks. I got fucked on it about a month ago on that JNUG trade. But GDX is down 10% for the past month. Gold is nearing an all-time low, which is weird because we've had global sell-offs left and right. Not at all-time low. Wow. Gold at an all-time low.
Buy now.
I said that. That's not what gold is at a low for the year and for the past few years is what I was meaning to say. So, what are your you have any? We're going back to the commodity thing. Do you like gold? Do you see it as a play? Do you like it long term? Do you not have time for that shit? Is it too weak? What's your thoughts on gold?
I would like owning physical gold and accumulating physical gold if I was ever going to buy gold.
I just don't know about that because I just don't ever see a need for that.
What? What's the need of owning a gold mining ETF?
Well, kind of protect against yourself. Something will make money in the portfolio if the market just crashes.
Okay, what's the price of gold going to do if you just hold on to it?
Well, the price will go up, but I mean, if you have all these gold coins and these gold bars and shit, who the fuck's going to buy those? They're like, yeah, I need.
Tons of people will buy gold bars. Are you kidding me?
I don't know, man. Because if the economy's doing that bad, there's not a lot of money going around.
Then you hold on to it. Don't sell it during a bad time. Then sell it when there's buyers. Come on, man.
I don't know. I just feel like in order to make money off that, you have to have a lot of fucking gold.
If I'm talking about
that shit's
the gold
shit. That
industry,
can crack your foundation.
If I'm talking about precious metals in general, I'd like to actually own the physical metal.
I can understand that. What you don't like something liquid like a triple leverage ETF or like not even a leverage ETF, just a gold ETF or a fund that holds physical gold. What do you think about that?
Hey, maybe I'd do that.
I think GLD, I think it is, holds physical gold in a vault in London.
I don't know. Maybe it's the same. I have the same like kind of mentality as like a bond fund. Why not just own the fucking bond? I mean, it's kind of a different story because the bond's paying like coupons and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Mostly liquidity. Like, are you gonna go contact a gold broker, pay 5% commission, fucking buy a thing to store it, or you can just be flipping the contracts, bam, 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 bam. Basically, I think if you're a doomsdayer. And you just think that everything's going to shit, financial markets are going down, everything's going to be fucked, then gold, physical gold, absolutely. But if you're expecting recessions or global turmoil or something like that for a little bit, I think just having it in your portfolio is the better way to go.
Maybe, man. I could see a little bit of both. I don't know. That's just being...
Yeah. I just feel like it's not easy to get gold. Like, it's definitely easy to get gold, but it's not, like, easy to get gold. It requires a little bit of a process.
I feel like there's something satisfying about owning, like, physical gold.
Yeah. You know, I've thought about, it'd be really something you have to fucking learn about. But those places that, like, we buy gold, we buy cash for gold, and they really give you, like, 12 cents on the dollar of what you paid for it. I mean, dude, if you're willing to give 16 cents, then you sell it for the melt value, and there's a lot of shit to it.
I'd go to like a pawn shop or something.
Pawn shop, yeah. I mean, they'll always irk you. Yeah. If it wasn't gold, would you keep any other commodity as kind of like a long-term thing in your portfolio? A good play on a commodity?
Silver.
Silver? Now why silver?
Silver's just next to gold. I mean, the price of silver is like very, very, very nice. I don't know. I've never looked at the price of gold.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, I can get you the fucking number.
Yeah, look at it.
Give me 2 seconds. It's something like $1,600 an ounce or something like that. Maybe $1,800 an ounce. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. Where are you, you bastard?
Did you find it?
Hold on, gold. $1,218 an ounce.
If I'm correct, the price of gold is about the same.
Yeah. No. That's the price of gold.
Yeah.
Price of silver is $15 an ounce.
Oh, see, you can own more silver.
You can own a hell of a bunch of silver. Think of it as a share price. Like if you own 100 ounces at $15.44.
Do you know what I think about gold and silver as? I think I compared that to Bitcoin.
Why?
What's better, gold or silver?
Gold.
Why?
Because they say so.
That's exact. It's like some of the people will say the same thing about why Bitcoin, like why Bitcoin over like Ethereum? Because
I like
it's
that.
better. Yeah.
Because it's better. It gets used more. Yeah, it's definitely true. I think if I'm not mistaken,
there's like actual reason. I don't know. I'm sorry to say that actual reasons behind why one is better than the other in both like areas, silver and gold. They're like one's more conductive than the other, one's more malleable and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. You can't really. Can you use gold? Okay, like imagine shit hits the fan, just absolute dog shit, World War III financial collapse, everything, and we basically got to restart life.
Gold's
the value of gold,
shit, dude.
What can we use it for? Like, what can
they use it in microchips and shit like that, dude?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's what you're saying.
I mean, for the average person, like if I just bought 20 gold bars, I can't really do dick with that. I mean, except exchange it.
Yeah, you sit on it.
You know my theory, though.
You could sell a futures contract.
Like a physical piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
Because there's no more E-Trade. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Buffett is a fan of silver. I think he actually bought a shitload of it.
I want to see the historical prices on silver real quick. Hold on.
He bought 130 million ounces of silver. This is oh wow, that's a lie. That was 1998. But yeah, I mean, if he bought it like that in the past, but I imagine he still holds it. He likes it.
Gold's on a downward trend from the last 5.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like 10 years, 5 years.
It's been getting wrecked.
Yeah. When do we buy it? When do we buy actual? Beat earnings by 6%.
Here we go. That sounds like sell-off numbers.
Let's go.
I know they beat on revenue too. This is FOXA.
Yeah, FOXA. Damn, let's get it. That's so exciting. I hope that pushes Disney up.
So if, in theory, on paper, the markets go down, gold goes up. Yeah. That's the way the world's supposed to work.
What are we doing with our gold?
What is Bitcoin doing?
I don't know.
S&P sells off 20% by the end of next month, dude. It's just fucking shit show. What's going on with Bitcoin? Do you think people are flocking to it?
Why would I don't know. Bitcoin still has fucking sustainability problems, dude.
But I mean, if everybody wanted it, could it work?
Maybe. It's gotta be to the point where like I use my RFID and my wrist to pay for something and I'm out. And Bitcoin transaction approved. It's got to be that quick. It can't take...
Like you scan a QR code?
It can't.
Well, isn't that what happens now with Coinbase?
It takes fucking 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes an hour.
To get the confirmation?
Uh-huh. And when the price is that high, it takes even longer. So
So it's really just processing times.
It needs to be faster. Email us if you know if they're working on that.
From my understanding, so I was listening to one of my podcasts that I listened to, and they basically broke down how the whole ICE thing is going to work. With the buying and the selling of the Bitcoin, that problem with apparently they're doing something to the effect of 7 transactions a second. But Visa, like the credit card company, does 3,000 a second. So obviously some big problems there. What the ICE is going to do with the buying and the selling of Bitcoin is they are going to put all the orders in at once and then send them all as one single transaction.
What? Is that even? That's no rules. There's no rules. Why not?
Why the fuck not? It's genius, if anything.
You're just waiting at the end of each month for which is more higher, the sells or the buys.
So if anything, I think if anything, they're going to keep some in their inventory. That way, when people are buying and selling, they can just here you go, here you go, here you go. Kind of like how Robinhood and Coinbase do with Bitcoin. So I thought that was interesting.
They'd probably have their own currency sooner or later.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. There's countries talking about creating their own cryptocurrencies. Disgusting.
Yeah, I think it ruins the whole point.
I think it could be good for.
What? It's the point of Bitcoin is decentralization. That's one of the main tenets.
Yeah, but okay, just let's imagine. Then they wouldn't need to worry about it. That's something that the entire country would not need to rely on. Money is already handled. It's decentralized. Cool. Okay, put that aside. We don't need no federal bank anymore. Nope. Everything's in Bitcoin.
Everything has to be adjusted for that price. If you go to the store and I put a tag up for $2 for a can of a can of soup. Right? And I put that tag up and the price of Bitcoin is trading at let's say $10, let's just say right there. All right? So you're giving me fractions of the Bitcoin to pay for that can of soup. Well, the price of Bitcoin just spiked up to $1,000. So my can of soup has just been inflated. The price of my can of soup is so expensive now. Right?
So you're saying it's a problem within the volatility, the pricing of the volatility.
Yeah. It's hard to hold the price unless you have live updating prices. You know what I mean? It'd have to be a digital display updating live with the price of Bitcoin.
That's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Yeah. Because if I want to transfer you $10, dude, that's 0.00003 Bitcoin. It's a third of 100,000th of a Bitcoin. I don't know. It's weird. And that would have to change based on. So what would happen? I don't know, man. It's fucking great. So right now, all it can be is an asset, like gold.
Some people
it's not even a currency.
Some people use it.
I think people are storing money in it. Absolutely.
Vehicling it? I don't like that idea.
Well, I mean, if you look at death, when people die and you got to transfer your estate over, anything over 10 grand gets taxed on. But what happens if I just buy you a shitload of Bitcoin and then send it to you?
I heard a lot of crypto investors are moving to Puerto Rico to avoid tax penalties.
Oh yeah. I heard that on Peter Schiff's podcast or with Joe Rogan. He was talking about that. He said that a lot of his neighbors are crypto millionaires. They got into trading it in 15 and 16. And there's zero capital gains, so they can trade everything in Puerto Rico. I thought that was great.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about wrapping this one up?
I'm about it. You're gonna have to take the reins on whatever you're watching.
I'm watching Fox, baby.
Just hold on to your suit.
They're down 4 cents now. They were just up 12, and now they just went down 4 cents after hours. It looks like just jibber jabber selling trading right there.
just
bullshit back and
ugly.
forth. Yeah.
Back and forth. See,
looks like alligator teeth. Someone made that metaphor today. I was like, what does that mean? He was like a sharp up and down. I was like, oh shit, alligator teeth. You're right.
They got those tiny, thin little sons of bitches.
Shout out to Chris.
Chrissy. All right. Well, Jason.
Jason, what are you
shit. That's a great question. I'm watching. I mentioned it once before. I'm watching ADT, the security company.
Yeah.
They have some strong rallies. Like they do well. I've seen a lot of 2% day. Like they were up 3.6% today. Granted, they just sold off after hours. Now they're down 6%. But she IPO'd just in January. It's always a she. Around the $12.55 range. Went all the way down to $7 and then ripped back up almost to $9 and had a nice strong momentum up. And so she sold off after hours. It's not something I'm keen on earning. I don't know if I like the space, but I like potential stock opportunity where it is. I like strong movements upwards and strong continuous movements upwards.
Do you like that industry security?
I feel like it's something that can just be passed off so easily. It can be copied. Like AT&T and Xfinity are doing it. Like it's just being bundled right into your
internet,
internet and all that bullshit. So, yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it. And why ADT's been around for so long? Why are they just now IPOing?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think it's one of my problems with security companies is like if something happens and your alarm goes off and you don't answer the phone, then they can't dispatch the police like unless they know what's wrong. It's iffy space for me. I don't know. My security is a 12 gauge shotgun.
Jeez.
I'm harsh. But yeah, man. I think that's a cast-episode.
That's this episode. That's like a commodities episode.
It turned into that. That's for damn sure.
We should call it, I don't know,
a bit on commodities.
Skimming the top of commodities.
How about skimming commodities?
There you go.
Commodities.
Hey, Disney up 2 cents after hours. Let's go, baby. Let's rally.
Oh, there you go,
$20.
bro. There you go. She's gonna pop the open.
Whew.
All right, man. Well, have a great Wednesday.
You too, man. Bye, guys.
Later.
Shut up and sit down.